Welcome back for another episode of my series providing some tips and tricks to get your paintball channel up and running. As we've discussed, a lot of the information in the series can be applied to many channel formats such as gaming or airsoft, but the focus here is going to be paintball. So you finally got your awesome new action camera, and you're ready to hit the field, start capturing some footage. But first you got to mount that bad boy. But where are you going to mount it? Your mask? Your barrel? Maybe even somewhere else on your marker? Let's go ahead and start with the benefits of mask mounting. First, it captures a true first-person view, the closest view to what you're actually seeing. Typically your head is up and looking at the action, which means the camera is too. Mask mounting also provides a much more stable video when compared to marker or barrel mounting. This makes the production process much easier, which you can easily find where you are in a video. The main downside to mask mounting is that, depending on the camera placement and how you're forced to play a bunker, you might capture a lot of footage of the back of your bunker or your hopper. This can lead to the dreaded, I got the shot, but I missed the shot. So what are the benefits to mounting on the barrel or on the marker? Well, let's face it, unless you're tapping people on the shoulder to surrender them, any elimination you get should have your barrel pointed right at the competition. Unless you have to pull back behind cover before your ball finds its target, you will almost always capture an elimination with a barrel cam. It also provides the optimum view to track a ball the furthest distance. The main drawback to marker or barrel mounting is that you'll capture a lot of footage of the ground. Another major drawback is if you don't insulate the mount with some sort of foam tape or in some other way, each shot will shake the camera enough to severely degrade the quality of the footage. Lastly, storytelling is a lot more challenging from a barrel cam. If you want to follow a mission, or even just a push on an objective, capturing the communication between you and your teammates makes for much better viewing. Because most action cameras have their microphones on the front of the camera, most of this audio is lost. So you know where you want to mount it, now the question is how. Marker and barrel mounting is typically the easier of the two, so we're going to go ahead and look at that first this time. Handlebar mounts can often be used as a barrel mount, as long as it's compatible with handlebars as small as 3mm. Many manufacturers also offer rail mounts that can capture a pretty good angle. In some cases, you may be able to mount on your marker's feed neck as well. One debate on barrel mounting is whether to mount the camera above or below. Both give great views. When the camera is mounted below, the paint just seems to float off, and when it's mounted above, it gives that great video game look. I prefer the look of a paintball from a below mounted camera, but have found that the camera can end up behind your bunker, so I've gone to mounting above the barrel. The footage you're seeing here is from my zoom cam. It does not reflect what you're going to see with a typical action camera out of the box. As for mask mounting, well, that can be a little bit trickier because mounting it in the wrong place can mean a bunker or a hopper will be obstructing much of your footage. A few things to consider before mounting your mask would be, do you have a dominant shooting side? If you find yourself playing out of the right side of most bunkers, putting the camera on the left side of your mask might be better, as it will avoid the hopper obstruction, although this will increase the likelihood of a bunker obstruction. How do you hold your marker? Are you holding it at an angle or using a more traditional shooting posture? Where is your hopper positioned on your marker? These will all play a factor in the positioning of your hopper in the shot. If you can plan for this, you may not have to move your camera multiple times in order to achieve the best angle. There is some debate about where is the best place to mount a camera on a mask. There are essentially three options aside from left or right side, and those options are centered above the mask, at eye level, or at mouth level. I can't really speak to the benefits of different placement on the mask as I mounted mine at eye level on my Slide Profits and have never looked back. Once you decide where, you need to determine how you're going to mount it. Every action camera offers multiple mounting options. First, check and see if any of the mounts provided by your camera manufacturer or any other third party will work for you. Also, utilize existing resources. Search websites like PB Nation or YouTube. See if anybody out there has already tried to get your type of camera onto a paintball mask or even an airsoft mask in the past. It's quite possible you'll find the solution to your problem is already out there. While it's not recommended by me, or anyone else for that matter, that you modify your mask in any way, shape, or form, it may not be avoidable if you want to get a camera on it. So if you do find yourself modifying your mask, keep these common sense things in mind. If you're ever modifying the lens, stop. You're doing it wrong. Find somewhere else to mount the camera. Capturing footage is never worth compromising the integrity of your lens. If you're ever using anything larger than a hobby screw, stop. It's not worth falling and driving that screw a quarter inch into your head. And lastly, if your camera weighs down the mask to the point that you run the risk of the mask falling off, put the camera on your marker. Remember, masks are not designed to have cameras on them. They're designed to protect your face, and in particular those things you use to see with. Don't forget why you're wearing the mask to begin with.
Well, I was born too late to play against the pros. I don't know Bob Long, never met Rennick Miller, standing with a Mac. I'm paintball's fastest gun. Go out, get funky, get painted, have fun. Don't got $1 million, don't drive a Cadillac. Give me half a chance, cause I'm not dead.